Are you looking for the best monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Gigabyte M27QP. If you don't need a premium monitor for all-around use, plenty of lower-cost displays offer good value. One of those monitors is the Gigabyte M27QP, which is a lower-end model than the Gigabyte M32U. There are some trade-offs for getting cheaper monitors, with the main difference being that the M27QP has a lower 1440p resolution. It means that the text clarity isn't as good due to its lower pixel density, but on the plus side, it has many of the same features as the M32U, like a USB-C port with 18 watts of power delivery. Besides its good office performance, it's also versatile for gaming. While it doesn't have HDMI 2.1 bandwidth like the M32U and can't take full advantage of gaming consoles, it at least has a 170Hz refresh rate and a fast response time across its entire refresh rate range. It also delivers good picture quality thanks to its accurate colors before any sort of calibration. This monitor is a newer version of the popular Gigabyte M27Q, which has many of the same features, but some versions have a BGR sub-pixel layout, which negatively impacts text clarity, so if that's important to you, the M27QP is the better choice. Number 2. Dell U2723. If you don't need gaming features and want a monitor that you'll only use for office work, you can get plenty of monitors with dedicated productivity features. One of those is the Dell U2723, which has many extra perks, but it's different than other monitors like the Gigabyte M32U because it's limited to a 60Hz refresh rate and doesn't have gaming features. Its 4K resolution and high pixel density produce extremely sharp text, and the 27-inch screen is big enough to open 2 windows side by side. Even if you want something bigger, the Dell U3223 is another great option, but it costs more for minimal difference in performance. You can connect a bunch of different devices to the U2723 thanks to its massive USB hub with 5 USB-A ports and 3 USB-C ports. One of the USB-C inputs supports DisplayPort Alt mode with 90 watts of power, so you can display an image from your laptop and charge it with a single cable. Another USB-C port is used for the KVM switch to control 2 devices with the same keyboard and mouse. Even if you don't need these features, you can get other great low-cost office monitors, like the Dell S2722QC, which has a smaller USB hub and no KVM switch, but the same 27-inch size and 4K resolution. Number 3. Dell Alienware AW3423DW. If you don't need something for office work and want a gaming monitor, there are plenty of options you can look for, and the best computer monitor for gaming that we've tested is the Dell Alienware AW3423DW. It has a 175Hz refresh rate with a near instantaneous response time, so motion is incredibly clear. It also has native G-Sync variable refresh rate, VRR, support, which is great if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. Its QD OLED panel delivers incredibly deep blacks in dark rooms without distracting blooming. Other QD OLED monitors are very similar and are also great options for darkroom gaming, like the MSI Meg 342C QD OLED and the Dell Alienware AW3423DWF, or even the super ultra-wide Samsung Odyssey OLED G9/G95 SCS49C G95. However, they have G-Sync compatibility instead of native G-Sync support like on the AW3423DW, so if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, the AW3423DW is still the better choice. Unfortunately, there are a few drawbacks because OLEDs risk permanent burn-in with constant exposure to the same static elements over time. The Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85 is a good alternative if that's a concern for you, as its 4K, 32-inch monitor gets much brighter thanks to its mini LED backlighting, but it doesn't deliver the same perfect black levels as the Dell. Luckily, it's even better for console gaming as it supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, which the Dell doesn't have. This means it's fully compatible with the PS5 and Xbox Series X vertical bar S. So if you're a console gamer or even have an HDMI 2.1 graphics card, consider this monitor instead. Number 4. Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 ACTM. If you want a high-end gaming monitor but aren't necessarily a fan of ultra-wide screens like the Dell Alienware AW3423DW, look into the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 ACTM. While it uses an OLED panel to display perfect blacks, it isn't a QD-OLED, so it doesn't display the same vivid colors as the Dell. But this doesn't make a difference unless you want the best picture quality. With a smaller 27-inch screen, you won't see as much of your game at once either. But luckily, it offers an even higher 240Hz refresh rate than the Dell. Motion looks smooth thanks to its fast response time, and its VRR support also works without issue with AMD and Nvidia graphics cards, giving you a nearly tear-free gaming experience. It's important to remember that this monitor has some issues if you update it to the latest firmware, which affects its input lag and HDR performance. If that concerns you, the LG 27GR95KB is another excellent choice that performs well out of the box, uses the same panel, and even supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, but it doesn't get as bright as the Asus, so the Asus still delivers better picture quality. Number 5. ViewSonic XG2431. If you're getting into PC gaming and want the best PC monitor at a low cost, check out the ViewSonic XG2431. It's different from the LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB because it has a smaller screen and lower resolution, which is what you must expect for a budget-friendly display. However, it has a higher 240Hz refresh rate, which is great if you're a competitive gamer. The smaller screen size is also beneficial if you have limited desk space or want a multi-monitor gaming setup. What makes this monitor better than other budget-friendly displays for gaming is its remarkable motion handling across its entire refresh rate range. It has a customizable backlight strobing feature where you can adjust the flicker to your liking, which is a neat feature that even more expensive options don't have, and this helps improve the appearance of motion by reducing persistence blur. Like most gaming monitors, it has native FreeSync support and G-Sync compatibility to reduce screen tearing.